It's probably the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Did you guys know Lucky Charms are healthier than steak?
According to the new government-funded food pyramid, you would be correct, Dominique.
I'm always right.
That is one of the craziest things.
It really is. Oh my gosh, guys. Welcome. Our podcast isn't all the way there yet, but we did switch the couch. So if you notice that this is a new couch.
This is better.
We look way better.
This is exactly how, this was actually the intended setup right here.
Yeah, we have cup holders here and a place to put his computer, and it just fits the vibe better. It's more like a chill sit down rather than that couch. So we put our old couch, our real couch, in the living room,
which was supposed to be.
And now we can we have the bed part pulled out.
Sorry if my volume is weird. I can barely hear myself talk still.
And we're both been we've been going through it. So we're gonna talk about. We got back from Costa Rica.
Wait, guys. We got a new podcast sponsor. And it is Athletic Brewing Company.
Yeah, Dylan became an ambassador for them.
I became an ambassador for them, so
everybody try it.
In addition to Bear Performance and Nutrition.
Cheers.
I'm going to put a link down. If you're a first time, you'll actually get 20% off using my link. And there's a code too. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it's something related to my name. So I'll find it and I'll put it in the description below. And it says non-alcoholic beer that we tried on the DTI 50. And it's actually really freaking good.
So if you're looking to drink a beer, but
you don't want to mess up your performance,
or you're struggling with struggling with alcohol, and you just want to go out with friends or have a good time, you can grab a pack of these, a 6-pack of these. You can't even tell they're non-alcoholic. It says it on the top, but no one's looking, or put it in a little koozie, and nobody would even know that you're just drinking non-alcoholic beer. It tastes just like it, and it's so good.
That it is. So hit the link below, 20% off.
Anyways, so we just got back from Costa Rica. Costa Rica, and
probably the best trip I've ever been on.
Best trip all of us have ever been on in our entire life. He went with his parents and his aunt, and
if you can't tell, I'm peeling everywhere.
Yeah, we got a little tan going, but it was a fucking blast. So we're just gonna kind of talk about our trip and what we did. Really.
Let's start on the way there, man. We had a long travel day.
But I will say,
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, me and Dylan, we always have bad luck when it comes to traveling, I feel like.
You know why we did it? We didn't fly Frontier.
We didn't. And I'm boycotting them.
Me too. Aside from that one flight I already had.
Right. But yeah.
That was a $30 flight.
So we flew from Denver on the way there, from here to Miami. It was a 4-hour flight.
Yeah, that flight was good for me. Something happened, though. I started to not feel good the night before.
He was feeling
something
rough.
Happened in Miami. I don't know what it is, but my ears just felt like I couldn't hear anything. Literally, I could not talk to people. They kept saying, what? Mm-hmm. And it just felt like there was so much pressure. And
it was just clogged.
I was like,
clogged up. Just
sinusy. On flights all the time. I think that it'll go away.
No.
And that Miami flight to Liberia, well, let me tell you guys,
So you went from Miami to Liberia.
I was going.
He was for real on that plane. He had me so fucking nervous. I'm sitting here what is wrong?
We watched this other podcast, and last year this guy on this podcast had this. It seemed like the same type of thing. His ears were just crazy, and he had to go to the hospital. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "This is not happening right now. My head's gonna explode."
Yeah, he was convinced that my almost in tears. He had me stressed out. I'm sitting here massaging his ears, trying to get the fluid.
Going crazy.
It was just fluid,
popping, but insane. I've never experienced anything like it in my life. We land literally the whole week. I'm just congested as hell. My hearing got better. It actually feel like getting worse again now, though.
Because I think we're getting a second round.
I don't know what's up with it, but it's not a good time. But I didn't let it hinder my trip. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so we got to Liberia, and all in all, it was we left at midnight, and we got to Liberia around.
Our flight left, so we had to be to the airport at 10.
Yeah, so we got to Costa Rica at about what time is it? 11:30. We got the shuttle. Whatever. It was maybe a 45 minute.
That was the worst part. Was the 3 time zone thing. We went from here. Mountain time to EST back to Central. I was like, why are we doing all this?
Well, it didn't bother me at all.
It bothered me.
So Dylan's weird about time zones, though. You're just so weird about that.
They hit me, man.
I never understood. You're we lose an hour, we gain an hour. Da, da, da. I'm
well, that I care about in terms of driving.
I don't give.
I do care about it in
fuck.
terms of driving because you have to factor that into the travel time. Like,
well, yeah, you do, but time zones don't bother me at all. Like, honestly, I feel like I can adjust pretty easily. It's only a couple hours. It's not
I typically
that big
can, but I had a lot of external factors going on that were not letting me.
So we got there. We get on our little transportation. It was like a 45-minute drive or so from the airport to our resort. And like you're driving and like I don't know exactly where we were at, like in the country. I don't know if it's just like not a populated area or if it's just like if that's how all Costa Rica looks. I don't know. But like you're just driving down like these, like it seems like back roads, but they're not. It's just how their roads are there.
There's like no stoplights, no stop signs.
Nothing. It's just, and it's
everybody
very,
just yields on their
a lot
own.
of people walking on the streets and just like four-wheelers and motorcycles. It's very just like chill. Little markets on the side. There are people selling fruit and stuff. So we're like just driving.
The safest country I felt like I was
We're just driving and then boom, pops up. We pull up to our resort in like the middle of fucking nowhere. Yeah. It's like our resort that we stayed at. I chose it purposefully because it looked like it was very excluded because we went to Cancun. Secluded, whatever. We went to Cancun last year and our resort was like
resort
in the fucking thick of it. Like it was just like back to back to back to back to back to back. Like yeah, like it was too much, overcrowded. Like you just feel like people are just it was just like a fucking clusterfuck. So this time I was like, you know what? I want to pick a place that seems like it's just chill. So there was another resort next to us, but it was the same company. So it was chill. It basically was just like one big ass resort because they kind of share amenities and stuff. So we get there. It's fucking beautiful. We pull in. We're early, but check-in's not till like 3. So like we're there at like noon. We have to wait like 3 hours. But we're just exploring. It was like honestly beautiful. Like maybe we'll put some pictures in of like that snapshot of the one I took of like the 3 ponds, you know? Beautiful. And then Dylan's parents get there and we kind of just have a chill night. Like we just go to dinner. We kind of just, soak up the environment. Night. That night was chill.
That was the night that we met up with these people at the bar.
Was that the first night we were there?
Yeah, that was the first night, dude. We stayed in that hotel lobby till after midnight.
Oh, yeah.
We went to dinner, and then we come back up, and my mom and my aunt weren't in there. No, it was all 3 of you were gone. And so me and my dad come up, and we sit down at the bar, and there's these 3 chicks next to us. And they're like, oh, if you're sitting here, we got to do a spicy shot. And we're like, a spicy shot? Like, we were just ordering some drinks. We're going to get a table. But we're like, all right, fuck it. Like, on vacation. Mm-hmm. So it was this like chili mango shot. It's like this mango puree with like pepper in it.
And it's vodka.
It was
vodka.
Actually so good.
Yeah, mango. Yeah, it was so good. With tahini on the rim.
And these people are just like, we're in it. Now
I'm going at it with them.
We're all just doing shots together, little Costa Rica flag shots here.
We took like at least 3 or 4 right then and there. And then we go to dinner and we're sitting there and I'm already kind of drunk.
That was before dinner. Mm-hmm. I was thinking it was after dinner.
It was our first dinner, the Italian place, yeah. So we go to dinner, and then we all just kind of hang out. We're in the lobby just drinking. Everything's all inclusive, so it's just like whatever you want, you get. And but we didn't like, it was just like, yeah. We went, got drinks, went dinner, chilled. Did we go to a show that night? Was that Grease?
Yep.
And then we went to watch the Grease show, which was a pretty good show. And yeah, it was just a good little day. Nothing really to say.
Last year when we were in Cancun, the shows and stuff were not great.
The show at Cancun last year,
I slept through it.
I fucking got pulled up.
Oh, that was a magic show though.
They had a magic show. First of all, you couldn't fucking find the fucking place. We were like,
I'm sure we talked about this a year ago.
I know, but like I'm gonna recap your guys' memories. Last year in Cancun, we find this secret magic show that's like hidden in the freaking resort. We go in. It's like a little auditorium room. It's a tiny little room, probably where they do like staff meetings, it looks like. And this fucking stroked out magician fucking pulls me up on stage, and if anybody knows me, then they know I don't do great with like accents. I don't know if it's like my little brain or what it is. His accent was
one of the worst.
His accent was so fucking thick. I couldn't understand the man. So I'm standing on stage and like he was so disgusting looking. Like he looked crazy. He was so crazy. He's wearing like this unbuttoned shirt, these tight ass pants, this fucking sheer shirt, all these rings. And
why do magicians wear so many damn rings?
I don't know. But all I know is I could have killed you. Wow. That was like, I was so mad. I was like, Dylan, I'll fucking break up with you if you fucking say my name.
You didn't.
And he did. He was like pointing at me. So he pulls me up horrible. I didn't understand a single thing he was saying. Like literally, the trick was cool. I don't know how he did it. I don't remember it, but it was cool. But anyway, so these shows actually were in like, they actually had a stage and like, you know, rows of seats and like a bar.
And even that was like different from where the live music was played. Then you turn around and
there's live music behind you. It was cool. It was very cool. Like, the shows were like legit, like legitimate choreography, legit shows. The Grease show, very good. They just did all the songs of Grease, and
they literally did the whole movie.
It was cool. It was very cool. So then we go to bed. And then the next day,
we drank after that.
We did, but then the next day was the day that I got fucking hammered.
Was that the next day?
Yes, because the third day I was out of commission, and then the fourth day, and then yeah. So I got hammered. The second day, me and Dylan wake up. We go to the pool. Everyone's there, but we go to the pool bar, just me and Dylan. And we're taking shots and we're getting drinks and we're having a good little time. And then we get Dylan's family to come over to the pool bar with us and we're all just drinking. And it was just shots on shots on shots. So many shots, so many different drinks.
No, I thought it was the third day that you got real fucked up. It was the third day. Because the second day we really didn't do, we just chilled. Then the third day you did. Then the fourth we were supposed to go on the boat. And then the fifth we actually went on the boat.
Oh, maybe. Well, second day. Well, anyways, we'll skip second day because nothing happened. Day, yeah. Nothing even happened. But then we saw like some lizards, these big ass fucking lizards just walking around the pool. And it was just a good little time. I got so drunk. Me and Dylan's dad just like kicking it, man. We had a blast. Him and I just at the bar taking shots. Like, it was literally so much fun. I was so drunk, but I remember everything. Like, I didn't black out or anything.
I don't remember leaving the pool that day.
Yeah,
I don't remember
Dylan,
getting back to my room. My dad doesn't remember getting back to the room.
Everybody, I was like, I know I'm fine. Like, and that's the thing about it is like, I know.
I didn't care that I wasn't.
Because I feel like in the moment, like when I'm really drunk like that, like I do like check-ins all the time myself. I'm like, what's up, girl?
I just keep
I'm like, what's up, girl? How you feeling with myself? Checking in and everything's good. And I was telling your mom and I was like, I'm fucked up right now, but like
you were on the phone with your mom.
I'm like, and that's how you know when I'm drunk. I was FaceTiming Morgan. When I start FaceTiming people and calling people.
You FaceTime Morgan too?
Mm-hmm, that's how you know I'm fucked up. I went to the bathroom and I called her and we were just chopping it up. But yeah, it was a good time. And what else did we do that day? Nothing really. But we made some friends from the UK. And this couple, Carl and Kirsty, they're older than me, but like 40s, 50s. She was 44 and he was like 50 or something. 50. He was 44?
Yes.
And she was 51? Okay.
She turned 51 while we were there. But that's why my dad was so shocked that this was only 44.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I look older than him. Or he looks older than me.
Yeah.
He did.
He looked rough. But we made some friends. And they were telling us, like, they've been there before and stuff. And they were saying, like...
Before we went, we had already found this monkey bar.
There was a place called a monkey bar. And, like, it's very hard to find if you don't know, like... Because, like, I saw it on the map. And then I looked for it again. Because, like, it's a monkey bar. It's, like, a little bar. But, like, you're supposed to see monkeys, like, at that bar. And I was like, we have to go. Because we were going to do this excursion.
I was freaking out.
We were going to do an excursion of, like, an animal, like, sanctuary thing. But, like, you couldn't hold them or anything.
It's basically a fucking zoo.
So then we decided to book a catamaran boat.
How we feel about zoos.
Yeah, we booked a catamaran boat instead of doing that, which was way better choice.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to
So then... We're talking to this guy, Carl, from the UK, and he's telling us, like, he's been here before. If you go down the beach in the morning, he told us that you get there at, like, 6 in the morning.
Yeah, he's like, you got to be there by 6 because the monkeys, everyone goes to feed them, and once they're full, then they kind of just
run off. They go take a nap. So we go down at 6, we have our fruit and stuff, and we're ready to feed them, and there's nothing there. And then a local guy who speaks only Spanish, luckily, I can kind of understand a little bit of Spanish.
He was just talking about the times.
Because he was telling us, like, he told us, like, if you come back at 8 or 9 in the morning, but it was all in Spanish, then you'll see them. And I told him, he said to come back at 8 or 9. So we come back at 8.
We literally just went back, had breakfast.
Ate breakfast,
like,
came back.
Right back. We
went back, and we walk up, and there they fucking are.
Before we even made the freaking turn, you just see these little monkeys swinging everywhere.
There were so many, at least 10 to 15 of them.
More than that. I think there was 20 to 30.
Like everywhere. And they're just climbing on the trees, hanging with their tails,
touching people's
running
legs.
around. Yes, like they're rubbing on each people's legs. Like it was so they were like pretty small. They were like this big.
I was sketched at first.
I was in heaven.
I
was like hand feeding them, I got so many videos of them.
Because there was this one monkey was aggressive, and like he didn't want anybody
he was like
else
the pack
getting food. And so like they start
leader.
fighting around on like this little tarp thing, and I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah, he did. All. He was a dick. He looked like a dick too. I tried to feed him, and he was like, I'm like, he's kind of scary. I don't really like this one. And then he just fucking went off on one of the monkeys, and they just started fighting each other.
But after a while,
after he left, it got chill.
Everyone's feeding them, and I'm like, oh, okay, these monkeys are very chill. Like, I kind of want to feed one now.
They just come down. They wrap their tail around.
I don't do animals,
and they just swing and they grab the food from you. They eat it and then they go.
But I fed one.
Everyone fed it, and like Dylan's dad was so skeptical. He's just like,
this dude didn't even want to go.
He was
down
like,
there.
he was so skeptical. He was so
else.
skeptical, and then we get there, and you just see him standing there like this, like he couldn't get enough of these monkeys, and he was just picking up food off the ground, trying to feed them. Like he was
old.
He was so into it, and then. We noticed if you look up higher, like, maybe a few yards away, you look up higher, there's these other monkeys. And in the morning, me and Dylan went to the gym. People said in the morning you can hear the monkeys. And we heard these horrible howls, these screams.
They're like scary.
They're like, oh! Like, they're so creepy sounding. They almost sound like wolf-like. And we're like, we were at the gym like 2 days before. We're like, oh my God, that must be the monkey. So
I thought that was the monkeys we were going to see. And I was like, I don't want any part of this.
They're two separate. So we saw the white-faced monkeys. And then there's howler monkeys that were way higher up in the trees. And they don't come down or anything. They sit up way high.
This guy who's with us, though, he was like taking legit photos. He's like a photographer. He was like, howler monkeys are the type of monkeys who throw shit at you.
Yeah.
So he's like warning us to be, I wish.
And then you just look up and you just see shit and piss falling from the trees. Like the animals, the other monkey, the white-faced monkey.
This feeding monkeys was one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life.
It was the coolest thing. It was the coolest thing ever.
I was like, wow, I never expected myself to enjoy this so much.
No.
I wish I would have had a whole barrel of grapes.
Me too. Because they were so friendly. They're friendly. And then like one guy, the monkey tried to pull this guy's phone out of his hands. I was cracking the fuck up at that. But it was so chill. Like they would touch you. He was like grabbing his finger and stuff. It was so cute. But yeah, they're very friendly, very chill, very cute.
It was really cool.
So we go back to the resort and
we just chilled in the pool that day too.
Yeah, was
that the day you were sick? No.
That was
the day before that.
The day before that, I got so fucked up.
Like we did this catamaran thing.
Oh my God.
We literally had to move it.
We had this catamaran booked, and like at 3:00 in the morning, the next day after I got so drunk and plastered. But like, what's weird is that the day that we went out and had a good time, we went back to the room, we all took a nap. I woke up, I felt fine, went to dinner, went to the show, felt fine. I think I had food poisoning because
that show
typically for me personally,
like the disco show?
Yeah, when I drink and I'm going to get sick from drinking, it always happens like 2 hours, 3 hours after I'm done drinking.
I just remember what the second day was.
And I took a nap.
Fiesta de Neon.
Oh, stupid.
Horrible.
Stupid. But yeah, so I don't know. But then I went to bed after dinner, after the show. We watched the disco show. It was such a good show. Then I go to bed. I wake up. Yeah, I wake up at 3 a.m. and I'm just puking, like yakking, man.
I heard it. I'm like,
it was so right back. It was so bad, and I puked at least 5-6 times. I don't know. I was up like every hour, just yakking. Did you even
go to breakfast?
No.
I don't think you did shit.
I didn't do anything that day, and then I started pooping, and it was just nonstop diarrhea.
So the catamaran's supposed to go out at 1. I'm down at the pool, chilling. I didn't even take my phone.
So I come down because I'm like, I don't want to miss this pool. Like, I don't want to miss the catamaran. Like, I want to go on this so bad.
It wasn't cheap either.
It was $110 a person, and I already paid, and there was no refund.
All you can drink. We're gonna
so I'm like, I have to go, but there was no fucking. I was so weak. I could hardly even make it down to the pool because I had nothing in my system because I was just so sick. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I gotta go back up. I'm like, there's no way I can do this right now. And I was trying to like get the energy to go on this boat. So me and Dylan, we go over to where the excursion people sit.
I was so shocked.
And they let us switch days to the next day. I was like, I'm so sick. Can we please just go tomorrow? So we got to go the next day. So I go back to the room and I just take a fucking another nap. I wake up. I come down. I went to dinner that night.
I don't know how you made it through dinner.
I went to dinner. I didn't eat much. But then there were these stray cats every night at dinner. And I loved these little cats, and I fed them my whole steak dinner.
No, I fed them my steak dinner.
Well, you fed them your steak dinner, but I fed them my chicken and my steak too because I wasn't eating much. And it was just the cutest thing. It was the cutest little thing. I love these little stray cats. And we saw these like little raccoon things. I
don't know what those
were. What they were. I thought they were monkeys at first, but they weren't. They had this long tail.
They looked like raccoons, but they weren't.
But they come out at night, so you couldn't see them that good because it was so dark.
I was just like trying to shine a phone. They were close.
Yeah.
To being out at night. Yeah. Like that. I was not.
Yeah. With it. So we went. So then next day, that's when we fed the monkeys, and then we get on the boat. And we go on the catamaran, and this shit was wild. So, like, you go down to the beach, and you have to get your bracelet on.
We kept wondering, like, how they're going to get us out
here. Yeah, we're like, are they going to just, like, take us on a little speedboat out to the catamaran? Because we were saying, like, there's no way the catamaran's
There's no dock along the entire beach.
They're like, there's no way the catamaran's going to come to shore and pick us up. Like, it's too big of a boat.
That's what the craziest part about this was. Like, we've been to Mexico. I've been to the Dominican. And, like, when you're on a resort, the beach is, like, a private beach, and that's it. Like, this one was not that way. Like,
no, I think
where we walked down to the monkeys was just in the jungle. Like, the bar was a local bar. Like, it wasn't a resort bar. You could just walk anywhere. So there's no docks. And this catamaran is out pretty fucking far.
So we're like, oh, then this little blue speedboat like gets off. We're like, oh, okay, we're gonna get in the speedboat and there's
a lot of us.
It's gonna drive us out. But yeah, but we're like, this isn't gonna work. So then here comes the catamaran. Fucking rolling up on us.
The dudes in the speedboats were literally there to like grab the boat and pull it up onto shore.
It was crazy. So they get out, they literally bring the catamaran to the shore.
As far as they can get to the shore.
They have this like makeshift ladder.
It's like a ramp.
It's like a ramp, but it doesn't like hook onto anything.
The guys are just
people are just holding it. People are just holding this. One's holding it at the bottom,
and these waves were no joke.
Are at the top holding this ramp in place, and they're telling us, "Run! You have to run! You have to run!" Like getting us all to run up this ramp so fast because the waves were so big and they were crashing. And every time a big wave would come in, the whole boat would move. The ramp would start going sideways and would just like kind of fall off.
Literally, it's like little bursts of people running, and then they're like, wait.
So
like,
Dylan's dad was like the first person to get on, and I'm the only one who saw this happen.
I was right behind him running up, so I didn't.
So Dylan and him were running up, and I was still on the shore waiting to get on, and I look up and I saw this big fucking wave come, and I was like, fuck, this is about to fuck some people up. This wave came, hit the boat went up and down, and I just saw Tommy he fucking just ate shit. He just fell straight down onto his ass like so hard. I was like, oh my gosh, Ange. I'm like, Tommy just fell down. But then during all of this, we're trying to get on, so like, you know, it was just a very flustered process to get on the boat. But once we got on Dylan's dad, you could tell he was hurting.
He went and sat by himself. Like, we were the first resort that got picked up, which was lucky, like, because we went on top of the catamaran.
And we got to like get our place.
And so like it was all you can drink on there too.
It was like a double decker, yeah.
So like, we get some drinks, we go upstairs, and my dad's just sitting.
He went on the other side of the boat, sitting by himself with his leg up on the ramp, on the railing. And so we go over there, and he was saying, like, something's broken in my leg. Something is down.
He had already heard it that morning,
because when we went to go feed the monkeys, he wore tennis shoes down to the beach. And there was this little creek that was like flowing from the sand down to the water. It was like a little pond river thing that it made. I don't know, but it was just flowing down, and we all had to jump. Or you walked through it. I walked through it. I had sandals on, or you had to like jump over if you didn't want to get your shoes wet. Well, so
no hops.
So he attempted to jump over it, and it was just not graceful, and like you could tell he kind of twisted his leg a little bit. And so that's what he said. That's what he thought broke his foot or his leg or whatever. And then he ate shit on the catamaran. So he was just not having it. It's so funny though. I feel bad, but it was so funny in the moment.
I'm so upset I didn't see it.
He was like, something is broken in my foot. I know something's broken. Like something broke. He was just not in a good mood.
Yeah.
But it didn't last long. But like I would be. I mean, if I'm hurt too, I don't handle it well.
But then we pull up like to the next resort on this catamaran, and they legitimately did take a speedboat.
They took a speedboat to get to us, and we're just all partying. It was cool, but there was less of them than there. We were the majority.
It was still weird though. Like, yeah, I would not have wanted to come on that way.
But you get on this catamaran and it takes you, because like when we're on a resort, we like there's mountains and stuff, but you can't see them. Like you can't see what's on the other side of them. So we get on the water and we go around the mountain, and it was so beautiful. Like the mountains, they have these houses, because like the mountains there, they're like jungle. So it's a lot of like, it's green. They're like luscious green. And they have like all these crazy looking trees, and there's some cactuses or cacti. And you just see these like beautiful ass homes in the mountains, just sitting on top. Like it was just the most beautiful thing. We're out here talking about
buying property.
Like like I was like, I've got to live here for like, I got to come back for at least a month at a time. Like this, it was just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Like it felt like a dream. I'm like, this is not real. So we pull up on this other beach, we get these people, and then we head out. And we're just drinking and partying, and there's this big water. I was
pretty messed up on that boat.
Yeah, I wasn't, because I wasn't still feeling that good. So I drank a little, but I kind of slowed it down.
I realized it like after.
Because their drinks were strong.
After the fact, I realized how messed up I was.
Because I was skeptical.
And I'll be real, I don't really remember that slide a lot. I was sliding.
You were. I'll tell you about what was going on that side. I was ready to. You were getting on my nerves, but so like I met this girl on the boat, and she was saying like that I was like, do you want to get a drink or a shot or something? I said, I'm about to go get something. She was like, no.
A random girl?
Yeah, that girl that was dancing on the boat.
The mom?
No, with the photographer boyfriend, that big camera.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So I was talking to her. She was like, girl, these drinks are strong. And her and I were talking, and I was just saying, like, yeah, I'm skeptical, because I think that the resort has to water down their alcohol.
Obviously,
because
it's all-inclusive.
They have to. But when I asked you before, you said no, they don't.
Well, we also drink a lot of beer, though. So,
but like, no, I mean, no, because if I took all, I definitely water it down. Because, like.
But also, it depends on the person. Because, yes, it's watered down, but some of them will adjust for it. Some of those drinks were strong as fuck.
Some of them were, but like when we got on that catamaran, those fucking pina coladas.
Well, yeah, that was completely different.
Were so strong. Like, you could just see
different alcohol too.
How strong it was. It was so strong. So, yeah, I definitely think they water it down, because I was not as drunk as I should have been.
All of the bottles on the boat, if you looked, they were like local alcohols.
It doesn't make a difference, though.
It does. All of the ones at the resort were stuff that's made in America. They don't have to fucking regulate shit over there.
Either way, you don't know they have to regulate. They have to regulate alcohol, Dylan. But they aren't just brewing it in their backyard and bringing it on the boat.
I'm telling you, the Dominican has their own alcohol that is crazy strong. Mexico's the same fucking way.
Yeah, but it's still regulated. Like, they still have to regulate it.
It ain't the same that America got.
Either way, I think it's because the alcohol in the resort is watered down, and this was not. And the bartender had a heavy fucking hand on the fucking catamaran. He was there to get us fucked up. I was like, can I get 2 mixed shots? I was like, I don't care what they are. Do something fruity. Don't care. He gave me straight up rum. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Absolutely not. So
I couldn't drink it.
I didn't. I couldn't.
It was horrendous.
It was horrible. So on the catamaran, so we go for like an hour and a half, and then we pull off, and we're at this other beach, and they told us, like, you have the option now. You can either, if you only have 1 hour, you can either get out and snorkel. You can go onto the beach. They have monkeys on the beach too and stuff.
I didn't see any monkeys over there.
Well, we didn't get out, or you can stay on the boat, and we're gonna go pull off, and you guys can go down the water slide, because the boat had a water slide. And I was like, we all were like, we're just gonna stay on the boat, because you had to like swim to like off, because like they dropped you off, and then you had to swim back to the boat, and it was a pretty far swim. And like, I don't mind swimming, but I don't fuck with.
I'm surprised though that there was no like life vest on this boat.
Everyone had a life vest that was snorkeling.
Swim out? Okay.
Yeah, if you got off the boat, like, they said you had to either take a pool noodle, or you had to take a life vest. Noodle. Yeah.
But even a pool noodle, that's a long swim with a pool noodle.
Well, I heard one girl say, I did not sign up for this, when she was swimming back to the catamaran, because it was a pretty hefty swim. And she was bitching. And so they pull off. We get to go down the water slide. I was the first one to go down. It was so much fun. I was so hot. I'm like, I'm about to pass out. I have got to fucking get in this water. I'm so hot. So I go down, and
I had no intentions of getting in.
Yeah, everyone was like, I'm not going. Did your mom go down? Yeah, she did. I have video. Yeah. Brooke was the only one who didn't go down, because she didn't feel good. But we go.
That boat fucked her up.
And Dylan's dad was like trying to push me to go. So eventually I was like, well, what the fuck? I'm like, you need to go. You haven't gone. So then he went with him and his broken foot, and he starts going, and then he's just
Once you go once, it's like, all right.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, it was so fun. So Dylan goes and like he busts his leg open. He's bleeding all over the place. I don't know what I busted
it open on.
And like,
I think it was when
your mom was trying to get you because it was so gross. You had blood just like dripping down your leg.
Like it's still. All
I was like, you're about to go down this water slide, and your mom was like, Dylan, wipe your leg off. Like you don't want to get blood over the slide. You were like, there's water running on the slide, and you just jumped down and you went face first. You went right down.
There was water running on the slide.
Yeah, but still, and I looked down, but I didn't see any blood. I'm like, if there is blood, I'm gonna get on and clean it with my butt because there's no way that I'm gonna let someone go in Dylan's blood.
But this slide was so fun.
It was just a straight steep drop, so fun. And Dylan's dad, he was just having a ball with all these people. It was a lot of fun. And
I'll go on that boat again.
Me too. And then we head back, and we are, almost back, and then we see a whale. We saw a whale.
The boat just starts slowing down. He's like, oh, we got a whale up here.
He's like, there's a whale.
I'm like, I don't see nothing.
And then me and Dylan stand up. The minute we stood up, we saw it just jump out of water and go back in.
Freddie was so shook when I told him that. He's like, it jumped out of the water. I'm like, yes, dude.
It jumped out of water and went back in. It was a mom and a baby. And it was just so crazy.
Never in my life did I think I would ever see a whale.
No.
And then I was like, wow, this is insane. I didn't know I wanted to see a whale this bad.
It was so cool.
It swam in front of us for at least 5 minutes. Like, just right in front of us. They said, like, there's no sharks in the area, which is good to know from me sliding. And that's why I think they have babies around.
They said, yeah, because it's warm and it's safe. So the moms come here to have their babies because there's no sharks or anything.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we saw the whale, and then we watched the sunset, and it was beautiful. Beautiful, and then we get off the boat, and then we went to dinner, and we just hung out. And that was our last day there.
That was our last day.
Then we come home, and yeah.
Then I bust my shit.
Oh my gosh. And then so we get home and we're at the car finally.
Like we take the shuttle.
It was such a long day to come back because we went from Liberia to freaking Austin, Texas. Then we had to get on a plane to go from Austin, Texas to Dallas, Texas. And then we go from Dallas to Denver.
You know what I didn't get? There was literally a flight that left like an hour after ours in Liberia that went straight to Dallas. Why would they just do that?
I don't know. But then we get to Denver, we get on the tram, we come to our car, and the girl says, be careful.
Other people had already gotten off.
She's like, be careful. It's icy. She said that. I get out.
Like, to the point where she's not even getting up.
It is pure. It's a pure sheet of ice covering.
The driver will get off, get your luggage off.
No, she didn't. She's like, it's icy. Be careful. The whole parking lot is just one thick sheet of ice.
Like, inches thick.
To the point where I stepped off and I almost slipped and fell.
Immediately.
And Dylan was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, don't, like, whatever.
So now I'm like getting all the luggage.
So then
I don't want them to fall.
Yeah. So then we get to the car. We're like basically ice skating to the car. We pull it open. I try picking it up and my foot slips and I almost fall. Dylan's like, just give it to me. So then he tries to swing it up.
Because I didn't want you to fall.
He was being a little smart ass and like
I was trying to help you.
Had a little attitude. He's just give it to me. I'll do it.
Because I didn't want you to fall.
And that's fine. But with that attitude, you pick this luggage up, you try to swing it up there, and boop, slips right onto his ass.
Both feet in the air.
He went right back. Like, I was like, damn, that sucks. It was funny. So funny. Busted his shit. And then we head home, and that was all she wrote.
And we've been home for like a week, and we're still not feeling 100%.
So I'm sick. I'm still sick. And like I woke up with pink eye.
Sick she is. The other day. She's out on the couch.
Oh my god, guys, this is horrible and this is embarrassing. But I have diarrhea and it's nonstop.
Okay. I'm in the other room though, and she's like, "Oh my god, I think I just shit myself." And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! No, you didn't." She's like, "No, seriously, I think I just shit my pants." I'm like, "Well, get off the couch!" Like, don't be. She's just sitting there.
My ass wasn't on the couch though; it was like on the side.
She comes in the bathroom. There's literally shit. Like you can see it on both sides of her pants. There's so much shit in there.
It wasn't that much. It was just pure water.
You could see it on both sides.
Yeah, but it was pure water. Yeah, and I did.
Foul.
I did. I shit my pants on the couch. I've been so sick. So then I go to work the other night and like
shits herself at work.
No, my left eye starts fucking with me and I'm like, what the fuck? So I change my contact and it's even worse now. I'm like, what is going on? And then I'm sitting there and it just starts getting all goopy. Just so much gunk coming out. So I'm flushing. I could hardly see my eye. My eye was so blurred that day. I could hardly even see what I was doing. So I'm sitting here and then I go look in the mirror. It's bloodshot red, this nasty thick green drainage coming out of it. And I'm like, I think I have fucking pink eye. So I go to my supervisor and I was like, look, Laura, I think I have pink eye. I'm like, my throat's starting to hurt. I think I'm starting to get sick. Cause like pink eye usually comes with like colds or like infections. So I was like, I think I'm starting to get sick. I don't know.
You could get pink eye by itself though.
You can, but
you know what's crazy? She's never had pink eye.
I've never had it before, no. So I was like, I think this is what this is. So I'm online and like there's this website and like you can like do like an online consult and then they'll send over eye drops for you. Because I didn't want to have to go to urgent care because when I get off of work, it's like so early that nothing was open, like no urgent cares were open and no like minute clinics were open. I'm like, I don't want to wait. Like I don't want to go home and then have to go back out because I'm gonna go to sleep. So I was like, I'll just try to look online. So I had this little online doctor send me over some prescription eye drops to King Soopers.
Still had to go back out.
And yeah, but it was like way later after I woke up and everything. And yeah, so then I got my eye drops and then now I'm like, last night I fell asleep. I woke up, felt like shit, horrible sore throat, horrible headache. And now I'm back to having diarrhea again. I am just like over it. But yeah, that was our trip. It was fun.
It was fun. Very fun.
We're definitely going to go back. I want to go back.
Might be living there one day.
I'll go to the same resort and everything. Like, I would love to plan like a trip where we go back, but we stay for like 2 weeks.
I definitely want to stay longer. 5 nights, not enough.
No, like 2 weeks. Because I feel like we're finally starting to get the hang of it. We finally start. I feel like I finally got like comfortable on day 3 of like knowing how to navigate everything, where everything was.
And usually I'm the opposite. Like I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go home.
Because we went to Cancun.
Chill.
We had a guy who like basically sat there and talked to us and told us where everything was and about everything. But this time we went and we had the front desk girl, but she was new and it was kind of hard to understand. So like she didn't really tell us much. So we were basically just like trying to figure out where everything was. And that was like, we didn't find like the shops and stuff until like the third or fourth day.
About the shops.
Well, I mean, but I was glad we found them because I got a t-shirt and I got
me too, but they were like literally off the resort. Like,
like it was like a little shopping. It looked almost like an outlet type situation. They had like
a strip,
ice cream. They had like an ice cream store and like a coffee shop.
A little nightclub.
And then they had a little nightclub and stuff. So we didn't find that till like day 3. So I would love to go back and I would stay there or the other resort, either one. And
I'd rather stay at ours.
Yeah. And just
because we walked through the other one for that party and ours looked way nicer.
Ours is the newer one. Yeah. But yeah, it was a great time. And
you got anything else?
No.
Keep this one short. Keep it just to the trip.
I have to go to the bathroom, so it's good.
And I would say we're probably only a couple weeks out from our final rebrand, you know?
Yes.
We're already in the process, as you can see, but other than that, yeah, that's all I got.
That's all we got, guys. So like, subscribe, stay tuned. Big changes coming.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.